Babatunde Ajanaku was born on the 20th March 1966 to the family of late Mr. and Mrs. Adebola Ajanaku in Kotangoro, Niger State. He had his elementary, post-basic and tertiary education in Lagos State. Babatunde Ajanaku joined the Lagos State Teaching Service Commission in March 1990 as Master Grade 3 Introductory Technology and Technical Drawing Teacher. He has taught in various schools where he rose to the post of Assistant Director Education at Ojota Senior Secondary School. Ajanaku was instrumental to many policies that reformed the education sector, especially the introduction of trade subjects in schools.
The reform of technical education at senior secondary school is an instrument of poverty alleviation. I wrote it to the then Deputy Governor of Lagos State. That program gave birth to skill acquisition. The same letter I wrote to the state government, I sent it to the federal government. It gave, that year, federal government adopted it, whereby in 2012, they now introduced it to schools as trade subject.
He also spearheaded the Waste to Wealth project in schools and National Basic Technical Curriculum adopted by the federal and state government.
We are in a nation where we have too much of theories. When you put these theories down, will it work? In order for the theories to work, that made me to go into, to support it practical. And then I started going to the dump site to pick items and see how these things can be turned into useful things that can use to generate fund, that can serve as an employment purpose, that can make the streets of Nigeria in general to be clean.
Babatunde Ajanaku has represented Lagos State and Nigeria at both local and international competitions and won laurels. In 2015, he was conferred with the Lagos State Productivity Merit Order Award for his outstanding performance in the sector. He also highlighted some of the feats achieved so far.
Now this is a brick made with sand, aggregates, without cement. Can you see it? What bind it together is pure water sachet. And it's also used to make block. And that block, or this side, we call it water resistant block. It is ideal in area like if you want to build house in Aja, where you have water. For your DPC, this block will be used. It has affinity with binding. You can use cement on it, plaster it, it will stay. So we can use it to mold building house. Then, this is another one. This is a roofing sheet made from palm kernel shell. After palm kernel, we remove the shaft. Then, that knot that will crush, that is very hard. This is a roofing sheet from it. And also use it to make ceiling board. So as well. This is the natural color. It can accommodate paint. Tire has become a menace to the government of Lagos State or any government in Nigeria, even throughout the whole world. Tire is very difficult to manage. The wastes are all over the place. Now, I now went into research that how we can break tire. And I discovered a formula by myself, and that is the formula I use. This is pavement work, tiles. Vehicle can run on it. I have taken it, there has been to material testing, and they have tested it. I have the certificate, what they have on it. So if we build a house on the road, we can use all this tire that is giving problem in our environment. We can turn them into this, and it becomes things useful in our environment. The banana stem is a tree that contains 90% of water. So when they remove the fruit, they allow you to rot away on the farmland. We can use it to make things. And if you look at this is roofing sheet from banana stem. This is the natural color. When you look at banana stem, when it dries, fully the color will be brown. And this is it. So we process it. I process it into this form to give us roofing sheet, to give us ceiling board. If you look at this is a ceiling board made from banana stem with pebbles of snail shell. It can take paint as well.
Ajanaku shared his source of inspiration and challenges in the course of his research.
In doing all these projects, it involves a lot of stress, it involves a lot of thinking, it involves using your personal money to run all these things. Because when you are doing it, people will not notice. People will be looking at you, but they would want to discourage you. Will this thing work? Will that work? But with consistencies, and then you now believe in yourself that what I'm going to do will work. Then there will be a result.
He speaks on the need for government support to promote technical and vocational education for a vibrant industrial sector.
One of our secondary schools in around each local government should be turned to technical, federal, Lagos State science and technical schools, whereby it goes together. And there will be a room whereby those students in private schools will be able to access the school. If they come to technical schools, allow them to use their hand and their brain together simultaneously. They will apply it to solve unemployment.
He is a very hardworking teacher, and the kind of teacher that's hardworking, very, very punctual. In fact, the time he arrives in school, you will not believe that he lives right inside, not periphery Ikorodu, right inside Ikorodu. This waste to wealth thing, he spearheaded it. He has students, then they used to come out in their blue apron. But I didn't fully understand. And the feedback I got from people was that, the Ajanaku's people, we don't even know what they do. All the things they collect, they sell and things like that. But I gave him time. That thing was going on. And then I discovered that even then, you hardly found litters. Because in the morning, the children will go out. Those students working in blue apron, they will go out, pick papers, pick litters, sort them out. Immediately after break, they will do the same. And by the time I come out the following day, everywhere will be clean. He teaches technical drawing, but he's not limited to that area. He's a man of so many parts. When you talk of beautification, give it to Mr. Ajanaku.
He has been very diligent in his duties, very hardworking officer, punctual in school, always the first person to be in school every day. Like I told you, very hardworking man, and he has won a lot of laurels for the school and for himself. He has even traveled out of the country for so many programs. He has mentored so many students, and he has produced great students even for the school.
I met Mr. Ajanaku sometimes 5 years back when I started this teaching career, and he has really been a father to me. He has been a very great mentor. He always gives us that encouragement to do more. He's a practically based person, and I've learned so much from him.
I wish that he continues to progress in his career.
Mr. Ajanaku is a nice man. He imparts knowledge into the mind of the students. Anytime he teaches with action. He taught us a lot of things, like how to do some things in technical drawing, and he taught us the robotic, how to make a robot. He taught us a lot of things.
All I have to say is just that Mr. Ajanaku is a very disciplined man, and he's also a man of integrity. He's our teacher. He's not teaching us technical drawing. So all the drawing now he's teaching us, I'm taking notes of them.
Mr. Ajanaku, as a teacher, is a good man in such a way that he's not a type of man that is not straightforward. When he means a particular thing, that's what he's going to do. His yes is his yes, and his no is his no. When we are talking about being honest and disciplined, we should be able to call Mr. Ajanaku. As in, we cannot mention 2 names in this school, 2 to 3 names without calling him. In fact, for me, I'll say he's number 1 because he's a very, very good man.
Babatunde Fatai Ajanaku is married to Dorcas Ajanaku and blessed with children.